Well, hey, everybody. Good morning. Hi, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room this morning. This is a virtual stitching retreat, Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. Central, where we start the day with each other, chit-chatting, stitching, tidying, talking about our favorite stuff, scanning, cutting, whatever we do. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's good to see everybody in the chat. My goodness, we got lots of folks in here. If you're new, please pop into the chat and say hi. Let us know that you're new, or if this is your first time catching it live, maybe you've been watching for a while, pop in and say hi. We have a welcoming committee wandering around somewhere. They will be happy to welcome you into the fold. We also have a virtual kitchen. Stop over there, poke your head in, see what's going on in there. Lots of goodies, coffee. There's always people wandering around in there, just like at any stitching retreat you might go to. And hit the thumbs up button while you're there. So, oh, your video doesn't start, Paula. Yeah, that happens. So if you guys would like to get someone's particular attention in the chat, use the @ symbol, which is right up above the 2 on a standard keyboard, and begin typing their name, and it'll pop up and you can click it, and then you can talk directly to them, but that is public. It is not a private conversation. But what it does is it highlights their name in bright orange on their screen so they know that they're being spoken to. So, well, hello to all of you. Yeah, hi, Patty. Great to see you guys. Yeah, Frito's here. She's a little bit out of shape because she saw me move the goldfish bag, but I didn't give her one. So she's sitting over there giving me the side eye just a little bit. So let me get the bag and rattle it. That had no effect. Hi, oh, Favor. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Hey, Frito Pie. Frito, what are you doing? Do you want to go fish? Do you want to go fish, baby girl? Yeah, you're being so good. There you go. Oh, you're such a sweet girl. Here, you can have 2 because you're so good. Yes, there you go. That's my girl. Good dog. These are from Antoinette at smartneedle.com. She made a little dog sticker. Isn't that adorable? And then put her name on them. I think it's just precious. So nice. She takes good care of all of us. So, hey, I was talking to Ashley at Amy Bradley Designs yesterday, and I let her know. I said, hey, just FYI, your 10% off discount code on your website for all of your designs for my viewers is expiring on May 31st. And I was wondering if maybe you would want to renew that or make it perpetual for my viewers. And she said, okay, and extended it all the way out to December 31st. Yay. I think that's as far as she can go on her program. So if you ever buy any Amy Bradley designs, which is the Happy Halloween quilt, we're going to do Merry Christmas, maybe Quilt Diva, Rippity Doodah, all of your favorites, you guys. Let me show you the website if you're not aware of who they are. If you are an embroiderer and not a quilter, you might not be aware of who this is. Quilters are pretty familiar. There we go. Her patterns have been in quilt stores, you guys, for decades. So let me show you who that is. How's the chicken, Becky? She's going to make it. She's doing just fine. So she just needed a little time, little R&R, right? So she'll be fine. Thanks for asking, Candace. So this is Amy Bradley Designs right here. And they have got, but you guys need to click the link below in my video and then use the coupon code that's in the video. So there's Rippity Doodah. These are fun. Oh, these are note cards. These are fun, but they have the cutest little, there's Rippity Doodah. Yeah, that's adorable too. Somebody has done this in Snapplique, and I have this holiday sewing tree pattern, and I was trying to do this in my fledgling Snapplique days, and it's really, really hard to get it right because of the wrapping measuring tape that goes around and behind. And see how it does that? It's this part right here that goes behind. And this is a very, very tall design. This thing is 20 by 31. So it's multiple hoopings with lots of in the front and the back. And when you try to put those together in a layer, they have to be broken up. That one, I'm not entirely sure it can be done in Snapplique or not. That's a tough one right there. So anyway, I want to thank Amy Bradley Designs for that, for help, doing that for our view. Look at this, you guys. We're out here before the sun's up, before the chickens are up. Yeah. Yeah, Rippity Doodah's a cute one. I definitely would love to do that one. So yeah, she's in the chicken spa getting all glammed up. Absolutely. Yep. Subscribe if you haven't already. We can spend more time together. This is just a fun spot to start your day. Some of you end your day with this, and that's really nice too. So today, I had mentioned to y'all about cutting through multiple fabrics that have been sewn together at one time. It's only yeah, you're dark. I know, Connie, it's dark in California right now. Dark in Texas. Oh, that's funny. My computer says there's only 17 watching. I think there's a couple more than that. The counter hasn't caught up with what's going on too. And that happens a lot when y'all say, oh, there's only 100 thumbs up and there's 400 in here. Well, it'll catch up. It just takes a minute. But on the Liberty Heights, this is for the July mini quilt. And that home that has the heart. See the heart that is for the O? Let me put it here so it'll focus. Right. So see that heart that has the O, and the half of it is in blue on the top, and then it has red and white stripes. I wanted to show you guys how to do that. But I didn't sew my stuff together yet. I'm a little behind the power curve this morning, y'all. We went over to some friend's house yesterday. We haven't seen since early April. My friend Dana, whose sister Molly passed away, I had made her that jelly roll race quilt. So we haven't seen them since the funeral. They've had another death since then. Oh my goodness. Poor things. But it's just life, right? Life. She needed a break and whatnot. So we went over there, and she's got a beautiful pool, and we spent some time visiting and catching up with them. A lot of fun. But I've got some red, white, and blue fabric here. And I might have to spin you guys around and go over to the sewing machine and just stitch these together, and then watch me run out of bobbin, because I'm still on bobbin watch. But I wanted to take a look at this and see. Hope to learn more about the rope designs. Yeah, Jean, I'm looking forward to that too. I have to set that up with Antoinette from Smart Needle. Those are so cute. Oh my goodness. And I want to do that. She's got videos on her site on how to do those. But I looked at them, and she talked about using like a glue of some sort. And I want to know exactly what glue. And she did not use gloves. I don't know that I could stand having glue on my fingers, like that. It's hot in here. It feels hot in here. So I'm looking for how to make that heart. If it tells you how to put it together in this. You just ordered rope designs? Good, Candace. That'll be nice. So let's see. We have the mini quilt, pot holder, mug rug, or pillow. Where's the home? Pinwheel block, quilt construct. I'm looking in the pattern for the heart. It shows standard instructions for fusible flag table topper. Mini quilts. I cannot imagine. Does these instructions not have that? Huh. Let's see. This is for Art to Heart on from On Wander Lane. This is for the block construction for the pinwheel. That's not it. There's a correction to this one. If you are making this July quilt from On Wander Lane, which is Liberty Heights, there is a pattern correction. So you want to go out to arttoheart.com and go get that. But I'm just looking. I guess I can just sew some fabrics together. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use a heart shape anyway. It's a plain heart. Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah. So here's the pattern placement guide. And it is a plain heart. And she just happened to sew it like she did. See that? So there it is right there. So you could white, red, blue, right? Or a plain heart. So you're probably going, how on earth? You cut the strips from some scraps. Good, Cheryl. Yeah. I've got scraps too. So I thought I'd poke around with these and see if I can't get it to work. Who knows, right? I had a rough night, you guys. I was tired. Very good to see everybody here. You've never used glue to make rope stuff? I know. I've never used it either. So let's see. Let me see if I can get this. We'll see if we can get this to work. I'm just going to sew some of these together. If I had my stuff together, I would have had this prepared for y'all, but I didn't. I had a hard time getting up this morning. You know what? Let me see here. We'll do a couple of reds and a couple of blues. I got another strip done for, what is that? Candyland from Villa Rosa Designs. I got another strip of that fabric, all of those put together. So it's coming along. Do I want to meet at Quilter's Court? Oh, you guys going to go shopping together? That's nice. I'm a little leery of the rope bowls. I'm not on board with that. Not entirely sure what I'd do with them. I don't know. I'm afraid of those. I know. I just know it would be my needle would, my machine would be the one to get doinked up, something like that. So I've got 2 reds, 2 blues, or 2 whites and a blue here. I'm just gonna cut some pieces out of this. I'd like to use a ruler if I had one handy. I don't know if I have one over here. I don't. Am I feeling okay? No, Tina, I'm not. I had a bad night. I had a stomach ache all night long. I am not feeling okay. I am not myself. And I know it's probably pretty obvious for those of you who know me. But that's okay. I'll get over it. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee. And I was nothing to be afraid of with the rope bowls. Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it. Whoop, I'm pointing you the wrong direction. There you go. No, I'm just not myself today. And I grabbed a rotary cutter. Okay. So I guess these will work. I'll just cut this up. I had the foresight to get a rotary cutter and a mat, right? Let's see. Is tonight the finale for Survivor? Or is it one more after this? But I get to watch that. That's my one program I watch. What a mess. Okay. So yeah, yesterday I spent some time also making up the video for the sashing for Happy Halloween. And there's a cool thing you can do on making that sashing. I didn't show it to you yesterday because I had not discovered it at the time, but I want to show you guys. Let me clean this edge up right here. Hold on. Okay. I want to show you guys. This is very slick. Let me open up in Brilliance. Okay. Share my screen with you and go to my window. So check this out. Remember yesterday I was showing you guys, you know, you had to make multiples. Okay. So check this out. So I'm just going to grab, let me see. I'll just grab one of these designs. Okay. And I'll just copy that one. So I don't have to pull it up. So let me go to a new tab. All right. So my hoop, look down here at the bottom, is 10 by 16. That's the big one for the luminaire. So I'm going to right click and paste that on there as if I had just pulled it in. And I want to base the design. So I'm going to tell it utility and base design. All right. So now it has a basting thing around it. See that? All right. So Control A to select all. I want to center it in the hoop. I'm going to rotate it 90. Look how easy this is to do this with just one button click. It is so cool. Now watch this. This up here in utility. Check this out. Instant repeat down here near the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that menu. It's in the utility menu. It says instant repeat. And another window pops up. And it has an across and a down. I wish you could see this. I'm going to go, let me see if you can see it. You cannot. So anyway, there is another window that popped up. I'm going to tell it 5 across or 5 down. And then for vertical space, I'm going to tell it 26 millimeters, which is approximately an inch. How about that? So look what it did. And then center it in the hoop. Ta-da! 5 of them instantly. So I am, that's what I did yesterday in the video, was show you guys how to use those menus. You can't, yeah, that's a security thing from StreamYard. It won't let me show windows that I don't tell it exactly, and I can only do one window at a time. But anyway, in that utility menu, there is a selection for instant repeat. And then you tell it how many down, and I told it 5, and it wants to know in millimeters spacing, vertical or horizontal. And I told it 26 millimeters. I think 25.4 millimeters is 1 inch vertical spacing. So I told it 26, and look at that. It's perfect. And then I was able to stitch 5 of them at one time in that big luminaire hoop. Oh, is that part of Enthusiast, Elizabeth? Ah, you may not see it if you don't have Enthusiast. I was wondering about that. Thank you. Okay, I need to check that. Yeah, it might be an Enthusiast. You might have to copy paste if you don't have that. I do put one piece of fabric across. Yes, Betsy. Yes, I sure do. Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, if it's an Enthusiast, sorry. So your long arm's giving you fits? Uh-oh. Michelle, I don't know. Do we have any long arm? Who am I cheering for in Survivor? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it for who's left. I hate that when the long arm gives me fits. That is the most frustrating thing. Yeah. Enthusiast is fun. It really is. It's a lot of fun. And especially if you're doing this Happy Halloween quilt and you've got those hidden stitches that might be hanging out from underneath eyelids or something, and you just can't get rid of them. You can just click on the end of them and get rid of them. It's great because it has individual stitch editor. So as soon as you click the Enthusiast button, all those stitches come alive. It's very, very handy. So, oh, good. You bought Enthusiast and you haven't used it yet. Well, look at that. Now you're going to, now you can do something with it. You've got me thinking, Michelle, about that horizontal and vertical stuff. Is there a way to recalibrate the brain on that? If Harriet's here, she might know. Yeah. She might know. I don't know if Harriet's in here this morning or not. So, okay. So I'm going to go over to the other machine. I want to stitch all of these together because I want to figure out how to do that. I mean, I was going to show you guys how to do how to cut something with multiple fabrics on the ScanNCut. So I've got 2 whites, I've got 2 reds and a blue. So let me go over here. I'll just turn you guys this way and zoom you in over there so it looks like you're sitting by me, but I'll be far away in the sound. So you'll just hear me sewing real quick. Hold on a second. Over there by Oreo, my cow. There we go. Okay, I can't see the chat, so hold on a second. Get this done. No glasses. Okay. Right sides together. And of course, it comes unthreaded on a live. That's right. Once again, I hate the needle threader on this machine. Love this machine, hate the needle threader. Does anybody have the 1600? Do you know if they changed it at all to make it a better design? Probably did not. I know I've showed you how to use it before, but still it's a pain. Okay. With that other white piece go right there. Okay. So I've got my little red and white thing here now. What I want to do is I want to press these seams open. Okay. So that I've got minimal bunching in the seams. And this is important because it may go ahead and cut just fine through 3 layers of fabric, but this is going to be just 2, if you press your seams open, you only have 2 layers of fabric. And that may give you a cleaner cut. So I recommend pressing them open. All right, one more. I didn't do it exactly like the pattern, but you guys will get the idea. And then I need some heat and bond light on the back of this. So the way I do it is I put my fabrics just over the edge a tiny bit. Kind of tack it down. Kind of unconventional, but it works. Oh, I didn't get my knobs on my drawers yesterday. I asked my husband, I said, hey, do you have one of those automated rechargeable screwdrivers? No. And I said, no, you've got one. You just don't know where it is, or it's not charged. So I ordered my own from Amazon, and I I'm going to get it tomorrow and I'm going to put my name on it so it doesn't disappear into Mr. Man's garage. Because that happens frequently. He accuses me of taking his tools, but I beg to differ. All of my tools, I have a little toolkit here in my sewing room that has had the same tools in it for years and years and years and years. The only thing in there that is his is it's a soft hammer, like a mallet. That's hot. Okay. That I need, believe it or not, on the long arm frame when you're trying to make things move on the long arm. Okay. Yeah. And there's a reason. I know it's so funny how we buy our own tools. If I could have found one in pink that I like, I got a skill one. I didn't even think about it, but I should get, I'm going to put my name on it. I got a label maker. So Keith has them. As soon as I pulled it up on Amazon, I saw that rechargeable DeWalt one, and it's $89. And I said, I know we've got one of those. I think I bought one for him for Christmas or something. Yeah, I know. So I was like, where's that thing? Well, it's not charged, obviously. So whatever. All right. Dead blow hammer. Okay, thank you. See, I learned something new today. I love our community. Thanks, Betsy. All right. So here's my little red, white, and blue multiple fabrics. Now, I did this same process when I was making Calico Garden. The girl, okay, her little leg and her shoe and all that, or her face and her hair, those pieces, multiple fabrics. That's what it looks like from the back. Okay, there we go. That's what it looks like from the back. So I'm going to turn around my little ScanNCut right here. I love this. That little dog is so cute. Isn't that adorable? All right. Let me move this stuff around. I know we're not exciting today, you guys. I'm sorry. What size are my strips? I have no clue. I think I did them. I cut 1.5-inch strips. I cut 1.5-inch strips. So when sewn, they're 1 inch, right? This is just a sample. I just grabbed some scraps. Okay. And the first thing I need to do is scan in that pattern so I get my shape. You know, I really could just use a heart shape. It's okay. Here's my low tack mat. Yeah, that's sticky. Oh no, I want my scanning mat. Here it is. I'll save this for later. My 12-inch one is in here somewhere. There. I think that'll work. Yeah? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I'm just going to slip the pattern in here. All right. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. Okay. Let me pull this down. Oh my goodness. So, if you're late, I see you just came in, you're late, but you made it. Well, Wendy, all I'm doing is showing how on the home pattern, the O for On Wander Lane for July, how to cut this out of multiple fabrics. Okay, I'm going to go to scan and ScanNCut data and load the mat so it knows what I'm doing. I just folded up the pattern. I didn't make another copy of it or anything. We're just going to see if I can do this. Let me tell it 12 by 20, 12 by 12. Okay. Let's see how it goes and see what we can do there. Yeah, Patsy, this is just a sample. It should be vertical. Yeah, this is just a sample. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing how to cut through multiple layers at the same time. Okay. So what I want to do is, it's hard for you guys to see. This is why I don't do this on the screen. See that? This is why I don't do that on the screen. Hold on. Camera. So I'm going to isolate that heart as much as possible. Bring this in. This is so much easier to do in Canvas. I'm going to tell it okay. I still have some words or some kind of, I still have some words and lines I need to get rid of. But I think I can do that. I'm going to tell it outside only. And there's the heart with the little words. That's pretty good. I'm going to tell it okay. And I'm just going to save it in the machine, because I'm not going over to the computer. All right, so it's number 39 in memory. I'm going to tell it okay. Now I'm going to go home. Okay to delete all patterns. I'm going to tell it okay. And now I want to pull up retrieve data. Where from? From the machine. See how that is? You guys get nervous when you go to delete patterns. And I'm going to go to the last one. Here it is. I wish Brother would put the last one first. That'd be easier. All right. So I'm going to tell it okay. And then I'm going to grab my heart. And I want that. Let me see. Edit. I'm going to select. I'm going to jump to something else. I'm going to hit trash can and tell it okay. I need to get rid of those little pieces. These are these little dots right here. Get rid of those things. Trash can, okay. Trash can, okay. So all it has on it is the heart, and that's all right. I like that. Let's make it straight to our brain and rotate 90. There we go. I'm going to tell it okay and okay. All right, let me eject this map now. Are you guys getting how this all works here? ScanNCut is really, really fun and easy to use. Eject that. And then I want that low tack. Now I'm going to put my fabric piece. I'm going to put it like right about here. I don't have to put it exactly where that is. Okay. Now I'm going to load the mat. But I am going to take my little spatula and really kind of get that on there. I don't want that fabric coming up at all. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to tell it, okay. Here is that blue bar. Oops. Yeah. So here's the blue box. That's your scanning. Scan the map box. I'm going to tell it start. So it's going to pull it in and it's going to take a picture of what it sees on the mat. Yeah, Pat, you just kind of go back and forth in those menus. And you just keep clicking OK until it, now see, there we go. Look at that. All right. Can you see the heart on there? That's cool. Now, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it like right here. So I've got half of the heart on the top is in blue and the rest is a red stripe and a white stripe. And hopefully that'll work. Let me come down a little bit. I don't want this tip right on the seam line. I'm going to come down just a little. I don't know if that'll work or not. Maybe we'll go up to like right there. Okay, that'll work. So let's see. I'm going to tell it okay. And please select and cut. And we're going to cross our fingers. Oh, hold on a minute. I got to go back. Let me go back. I got a problem with my mat. right here. Thinks it's got a 12 by 24. Let me change my cut area to 12 by 12. Okay. There we go. Tell it okay. Select, cut, and start. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't drag it around the mat. Could though. All right. Looks a little rough, but look at that. See that? That turned out really good. Ta-da! So this is just to show you guys, okay, that you can cut different multiple fabrics at the same time. Let me turn this. You can cut multiple fabrics at the same time in the ScanNCut. This is adorable. All right. But the trick is to press your seams open so that when it's cutting multiple layers, it's only cutting 2 layers at one time. And it's not going to come apart because the Heat and Bond light has kind of welded them together, right? They're kind of glued together, but it turned out just beautiful. So that's really nice. So don't be afraid to do that when you guys come across shapes that have multiple, you know, are designed to have multiple, and don't feel like you're limited to just one piece of fabric. When you see something that has multiple pieces and you think, oh, I don't know if it'll work, it will work. So this is just really a neat way to do that. Yeah, it's very cool. So I think I'm going to hold on to that. That's kind of cool. I love it. So I wasn't doing that to, you know, like a final thing. That was just a test for you guys. So what are you guys talking about in my Amazon shop? You're going to try that. It is a game changer, Debbie. It's very, very neat when patterns have got multiple different fabrics in the same shape. So you certainly can do that. That's really neat. And then so like with Calico Garden, it had half of her face showing out from underneath the brim. See, it had her hat and some hair and this a side profile of her face. And so you've got to turn that shape just right, okay, and get it just exactly right. And when you're doing that one, of course, it had the line already on the pattern. And so it was on the plastic shape. Well, I went ahead and traced that and then made the line just where it was supposed to be. So yeah, you can cut on one side and press the reverse. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, Michelle, that's a beautiful idea. You're going to use that for the red, white, and blue quilt for the VA donation. Yeah, that's really nice. You know, and then you can go ahead and you can do a satin stitch around this, or, you know, a blanket stitch or whatever you like. So very, very neat. I did not change my cut pressure. So Judy, the cut pressure, here's what she's talking about. Did I change my cut pressure? Okay, that's a good question. If you have this model ScanNCut that looks blue, okay, this is the SDX model that has auto pressure sensors in it. If you have the old CM model, thank you, Vicki. Enjoy your day, sweetheart. If you have the old CM model, it has kind of a clear cover. It's white. It has a clear cover. You'll want to test that. Okay. So, you know, get a piece of this and cut a piece that's right where the seam line is and test that first. And you may need to change your cut pressure. Good point. If you have a CM model, the older ones. So, I want to finish Calico Garden. It's in a box. It's not a UFO yet. I'm still considering it a whip at this point. I'm still, considering it a whip at this point. So anyway, that's pretty neat. I'll definitely, now I've got to figure out, you know, how to get the fabrics just right. So for the pattern, the actual pattern, you'll want to like a larger piece of blue and a piece of white right next to it, and then 2 stripes underneath, right? 2 or 3 stripes underneath, however, just so they work. So if you want to know how big to make the stripe, you take the pattern. It's in my pattern's still in my scanning mat. You want to know how big to make your stripes. If you're going to make this one, go ahead and measure it. And this is half an inch. This heart, the stripes in the heart are half an inch. Is that right? No, they're 3/4 of an inch. So you will cut 1 1/4 inch strips. So you have 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side. So this is 3/4. I would cut 1 1/4 inch strips. And then this one on the blue, yeah, that's going to be interesting. So the blue, I would need at least 2 inches and get that right. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 1 1/4 inch strips, and sew those all together. And then you can get that effect doing that. Does that make sense, you guys? I need my mouse. Good. Oh, good, Cindy. All right. I'm glad you're joining us. Now, Merry Christmas is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to make mine doing this, adding the sashing to the backing piece, to the background fabric first, because we've got parts and pieces that go into the sashing on the Merry Christmas one. Now I'm staring at this Happy Halloween, and while the blocks were cut larger and they are designed by the quilt pattern to be cut down to size before being put together, that works if you're not doing the background quilting in it with a quilt as you go method like I am. So my blocks are going to be just a tiny bit bigger than everybody else's. So I just want to make sure you guys know that, because I just did mine differently. You can certainly, you know, if you're going to quilt yours on a long arm after the fact, you can do that too, or get it, you know, you can put it together just like a regular quilt, just like the pattern says. So it says to cut them like 11.5, and then you're going to cut them down to 10.5 or something. I don't know. I didn't read that deep into the pattern, so I have what I have, which is fine. It'll work just fine. So just, you know, just make your sashing. As long as you make your sashing the same vertical height as your blocks, you're going to be fine. Everything will work out just fine. And yesterday I did cut 5 of those. I'll go get them and show them to you. Hold on a second here. I got to step over a cord. Let's hope I don't make a scene. I got cords everywhere here. And so my blocks are up on the wall, up on my design board, and I carry everything in my little bin right here. I have one of these little bins. This is from Walmart.com. And then, so yesterday I made my sashings, and I shot the video for it too. I just haven't edited it yet, but I should get that out today. I'm thinking about doing the sashing and the borders in the same video. They need to be done in the same. So I will stitch some borders today as well. These are hard to see. I don't know if you can see the stitching from the front. You cannot. There it is on the back. And these are cleaned up with the trimmer by George. The trick is to make your basting box on, if you're using the trimmer by George, the trick is to make your basting box this exact same nth size as your block. So my basting box is like 11 and 1/8 or 11 and 5/8 or whatever they are by 9 and 1/8. So my basting box, the default from Embrilliance is a 16th. You need to change that 16th to an 1/8. So they fit. Everything fits. Everything's got to be the same. You need my wire basket on my floor. I picked that up at Hobby Lobby years ago. I love that. That's my scrap basket. And I love it because I can see what I'm looking for in here. I love it. Oh, my big old scrap basket. There's a lot of high quality scraps in there from Moda. What is the trimmer by George? So, Carrie, that is a ruler. Let me get it. I'll show you. If you're going to be doing these kind of quilts, so the trimmer by George has a metal lip on it right here. Okay. It's got a metal lip. And when you are making quilt blocks in the hoop for embroidery, so you've got stabilizer in the hoop, no show mesh stabilizer in the hoop. Then you put your batting down, and that's what this is, stabilizer and batting together. And then you lay your fabric on top of that. And the embroidery machine stitches all of the, whatever it's going to stitch, the whole pattern, right? So when you take the block out of the hoop and you need to trim it up, you fold back just the pretty fabric and it leaves the batting and the stabilizer out from underneath. This lip, you fold it along here on the, so you've got batting and stabilizer, and you just fold it along here, and you fold this over, and it folds the pretty fabric underneath the ruler, and the pretty fabric is protected by that metal edge right there. So what's hanging out is batting and stabilizer, and then you can just take a 60 millimeter, not a 45, and just trim it right off. And it gives you a beautiful, clean edge. See how perfect that is? That is it works like a paper piecing ruler, just pretty much. Yes, that's exactly right. But it's a ginormous time saver if you are making quilt blocks in the hoop, because generally, and if you've ever made a Designs by Juju, like a table runner or any of those wall hangings or whatever, part of the instructions in the process is to tack the batting down. You'll get a placement line for the batting, lay that down. Where can you get a trimmer by George? There's a link to it below in the description box. If you would use that link, that helps me out immensely. I'd appreciate it. And it'll take you to there, and then you can get your ruler. Then when you're in the process of making a block, so it puts a placement line for your batting, lay your batting down, and then it does a tack down for the batting, right? And you've got the little edges. And one of the steps usually in an embroidery pattern is to now remove the hoop, set your hoop outside somewhere, and take some curved scissors and trim all of the excess batting away from the outside of the project. When you're using a trimmer by George, you don't do that step. You just skip over that completely. You let it tack down and then keep on going and doing its thing, because you're going to trim all of the blocks afterwards. And it's the most amazing. It just saves you so much time. So, yeah, it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to really expedite your embroidery, your processes that you do. And you get just such a nice, clean, pretty finish with that. So highly, highly recommend these. I've been using it for years. They're the best. It's the best. Yep. So you've trimmed all your Halloween blocks with it, Betsy. Good. Yeah, absolutely. I did all of mine as well. And they just come out perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, and I want to show you too. Let me get, I cut through on the wolf. Let me grab him. I'm pretty sure he was the one I made a boo-boo. Let me see here. Was it him? Yes, it was him. So sometimes when you are using the trimmer by George and you get a little ahead of yourself, you might accidentally trim a hole. You might have a little fold of your pretty fabric hanging out from underneath that lip, and you'll slice a hole right through it, and you'll be like, ugh. All you do, well, first of all, can y'all see where it is? There's a hole here. See? So when you trim a hole, get some double-sided fusible and take a little bitty piece of the pretty fabric and fuse it face down. See that? So there's a slice in the front fabric right here. Okay. So just fuse it face down, and it's patched and you cannot see it. And also where it cut is outside of the stitch line. So when you're doing this method, the basting stitch, I will be stitching right inside of that basting stitch right there, just barely inside. There's not a link for the ruler. Really? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it says trimmer by George. Because that happens. You'll let me see if I can find it. I gotta look this up. Let me put my computer on mute. Hold my speaker's on mute so I can see this. I'm pretty sure that it's there. Let's see. Title of this, trimming sashing. Yeah. So in the description box there, it says, try this tape in your machine embroidery. It says more ... Click the ... And then there's the Happy Halloween by Amy Bradley Designs, and scroll on down. It's right there at the bottom of that paragraph. It says trimmer by George, and there is a link there. So yeah, you just gotta, especially if you're watching on a mobile device, you'll have the more and a ... Yep, you found it. Good, Judy. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. That's how I make my living, you guys. So yeah, they're wonderful. I have one here. I have one at the coast in case I'm doing something. So that's a game changer, not just for being able to trim your blocks and get them nice and pretty like that, but being able to skip that, trim the excess batting away during the process. You know, you don't have to do that. So that's going to save you time right there, especially when you've got, what do we have? 12, 13 big blocks just in the markers and Happy Halloween, and then all of that stashing. That's a lot. That's a lot. So yeah, hoops. It takes you to Hoop Sisters. Yep. So, but I mean, you can go there. If you go directly to Hoop Sisters and buy it, that's fine, but I don't get credit for it then. So I appreciate it if you click my link. So yeah. Oh yeah, Betsy's been using hers for 7 years. That's great, you guys. That's wonderful. Oh my goodness. We talked about a lot today for me not being on my game. I did. I had a rough night. I was up all night. I was with a stomach ache. It was bad. Not good. Not mine. I actually thought for the first time since I've been doing this almost a year now, actually thought about canceling today. Is there a promo code? No, ma'am. No, they know that it came from me if you did the link, but no promo code. So that is how I pay for my hobby. Yeah. That is exactly right. That is how I work. That's called affiliate marketing. My and that's when people say there's a link below and you can get it. Now we're getting into the what size trimmer by George would I recommend? El Faber, there's only one. There's only one size. Now, the original trimmer by George, and there was a gentleman by the name of George who made this thing for the Hoop Sisters, but he passed away. So the original trimmer by George is much wider this way. And then there was Trimmer by George 2.0, and we're on 3.0 now. So any of them work. This lip is the same the whole time. The only difference in the models of them is the type of metal or the width or whatever. But you really, in our world, you really only use that half-inch marking that's right here. You only use, or even quarter inch if you want a quarter-inch seam. I prefer a half-inch seam when I'm doing these kinds of projects. It's just easier to smash the seams open. Yeah. But anyway, so my YouTube coach told me that he had gone to a YouTube convention and YouTube told him that affiliate marketing was going to account for $1 trillion of the US economy by 2028. That's crazy, crazy money. Um, uh, so Scotty Dog, yeah, you're purchasing from Temu. Well, I'll just let you know. So Temu is China's version of Amazon. And I know it's dirt cheap. I know it. I know it is. I am not going to use or buy anything from Temu, but I understand if people have to because of their budget. I get it. I know you have a link to the table your embroidery machine's sitting on. Okay. So Patty, that straight stitch machine is sitting on a that's a table from IKEA. IKEA does not do affiliate marketing. So it's the 24 by 48 top. I don't know what the name of it is. And then it's got those legs. It's a lousy table to hold machines. I'll tell you that. It's terrible. Yeah, I don't Tracy, I have heard that. And we all know that China's famous for that, for taking designs. And but I get it, you know, let's say you want to get some of Kimberbell's orange pop rulers because they're perfect for centering in the hoop, right? For centering designs before you cut them. For fussy cutting, they're fantastic, but they're not cheap. But you can get a set from Temu that look just like it for less than half the price. And if your budget, you know, I understand. I'm not gonna judge anybody. You do you, and that's fine. We all understand. So you need a sturdy table for a small embroidery machine. I don't recommend those IKEA tables with those legs, that they're the straight pole legs. I don't recommend those for an embroidery machine. Those straight pole legs cannot handle this from the machine. If you get different legs, maybe that are, if they cross, if you can find legs that cross or a little bit more sturdy, yeah. I just I don't recommend those legs are called Idyllis, Idyllis, I think. Uh, Idyllis legs. And I think that's what they were called. I like the tabletop part. It's hollow. If you drop something on it, it's going to make a mark and you can't get rid of it because then, um, but anyway, so if you could find something that's got a better more stability than those idols or idyllis legs or whatever, then you should be fine. I've been using those tables for years, like 5 or 6 years now. So do I, oh, is that right? I'm distorting the sound. Hold on. Okay. I close that. Thank you. Um, good. You've got a 70-inch IKEA table. Yeah, some of them are good. I just got, you know, budget was consideration then too, and I just didn't even think about how those legs were not going to be able to manage an embroidery machine. This is a flexi spot standing desk, and it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, just if you're going to get an embroidery, I'm not knocking IKEA tables. I'm just saying get one that has got real stable legs on it, because sometimes you can buy different legs to go with different tables, you know. All right, you guys, this is it. Our hour is up. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you learned something. You can take multiple fabrics and cut them out on the ScanNCut. Just press your seams open. I think it'll work just fine. All right. This has been a lot of fun. And hopefully tomorrow I'm more on my game. I apologize, y'all. I had a rough night, not feeling 100%. But all right, you guys enjoy your day. Go play in your sewing room and go sew something. All right. We'll talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. Bye.